Hey skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Welcome to our 2025 ski test. Today we're talking about the Nordica Unleashed 98. Great ski. Honestly, it's one of my favorite skis on the market today. I think it's really unique in the upper 90 or 100 underfoot twin tip category because it uses some metal, because it's very responsive, it carves really well, and it definitely sets itself apart with those attributes compared to a lot of skis that are lighter, softer, with more rocker. So pretty cool option, and it still retains plenty of playfulness. I want to talk about some feedback from one of our particular testers at our ski test. I always really enjoy getting new skiers on the Unleashed 98 because I think their feedback is awesome, and it tends to surprise people, which I think is really cool. So wood core in this ski, that wood core is sandwiched between two layers of fiberglass and longitudinal carbon stringers. So basically kind of like fiberglass, wood, and then fiberglass underneath with those longitudinal carbon stringers. That gives the ski some increased energy responsiveness. Carbon has basically become a very common ingredient in ski construction, and it's no surprise why. It really does help with performance. And then on top of all that, we get terrain-specific metal. So that is kind of borrowed, or I don't think borrowed is the right word anymore, but originally that was found in women's Santa Ana models, and it's a full width sheet of metal underfoot that then tapers into just strips in the center of the ski and then goes again full width in the tips and tails. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool application of metal. You don't often see the tips having lots of metal and then kind of removing it through the fore and aft sections to reduce swing weight, but I think it's an effective way to do it. And then you get the benefits of good vibration damping, good stability in the extremities of the ski. This is a 180 centimeter length, which happens to be my favorite length in the Unleashed 98, and we are at 1,950 grams, so kind of middle of the road weight. You're going to see plenty of skis that are heavier than that in this category. Black Ops 98 from Rossignol comes to mind. You're also going to see plenty of skis that are lighter, so Unleashed 98 is kind of right in the middle. And then you could say the same thing about its flex pattern, although in the twin tip world, I would say it leans a little towards the stiffer side, but not like dramatically stiff, not punishingly stiff by any means. It's still a pretty fun-loving and relatively forgiving flex pattern. I think the shape is pretty cool. It's not like wild. There's nothing crazy going on here, but it's almost like in today's day and age, because there's nothing wild going on, it's actually somewhat unique. So camber underfoot, rockered tips and tails in a twin tip shape, but there's really not much rocker. Most of the ski is truly camber, although it's not high rise camber. And then really, you could argue that it's more of just a twin tip shape than a tip and tail rocker shape. I do think there is some rocker in here, but minimal. So what that means when you combine it with the fact that there's also not much early taper is you get pretty long effective edge. So with some metal in the ski, with that carbon, with this shape, you're getting pretty good edge grip. It carves really well. I love skiing the Unleashed 98, just carving turns on a groomer, which is really fun to accomplish that in a twin tip. And then for me, like I can take it into the park and go ski in the park and slide rails and all that fun stuff, and it works really well. There are definitely skis out there that are looser and more agile, but a good skier, or even a reasonably good skier, won't have any issues kind of maneuvering the Unleashed 98. The tester that I wanted to talk about, we had a number of people on the Unleashed 98 this past season and have over the past few seasons now. But Matt McGinnis, who you may know as the author of our Top 5 Fridays article, he does a lot of other stuff behind the scenes here at Ski Essentials. He's actually one of our longest tenured employees, so shout out to Matt. He's got a terrain park background. Now he's a a free ski or a free ride coach at Mad River Glen, so does a lot of technical skiing there. And he admitted that he's generally not the type of skier that wants metal in his skis, and he got on the Unleashed 98 and was blown away. For him, it still had all the playfulness, maneuverability, the fun factor, kind of the ability to be unique and kind of leave your own personal signature out there on the mountain. But then he felt all this confidence, this newfound confidence and stability from the fact that there's metal and vibration damping in this ski. So I think it's a big testament to what Nordica has accomplished in this ski. I think it's really, really good. I will say that there are going to be some skiers who prefer that lighter, softer, more wiggly ski. I would say it's not the easiest ski in the terrain park, or rather the most forgiving ski in the terrain park, but for an accomplished skier with somebody with good technique that feels confident out there, it's a really, really good tool, and it's just so much fun. There really aren't too many skis that can strike this many different accomplishments in one package. It's carving, it's park performance, it's tree performance, skiing moguls, all that stuff. You can do it all on an Unleashed 98, and really, it's kind of cool to see a ski like this just carry forward a pretty traditional twin tip shape, but just there's a lot to like about a pretty traditional twin tip shape, and a lot that it does really well. So that is the Nordica Unleashed 98 for 2025. No changes to it over the past season, but I will say that this is the best Unleashed 98 graphic that we've ever had. So that's it. Let us know if you have any questions about it, and we will see you out there on the slopes.